All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back
How we
to
doing?
On
How
the
we
Real. Curdy Bird, another week.
Here we go.
Ready
again.
to go, right? Ready
Yes,
to go.
Sir, let's go.
So, guys, we talked about, we was talking about racism last week. But before we get into that, I do want to say, man, 81 subscribers, guys. So this thing's moving
Thank you.
quick.
Thank you.
Over
Yeah.
900 views, man. I can't say thank you enough to everybody that keeps watching, man. Keep checking it out. We got something special going to be coming to you real soon here. We are gonna start having a guest or two on, so it's gonna get even better here in the next few weeks. So give us some time. We're working on some things. But yeah, I definitely I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
I really hope that you're enjoying the content. You are. I mean, some of y'all coming
It's
back.
adding on,
Some of
yeah,
you aren't. I
absolutely.
mean, we keep adding on, but I dig it. Okay, but thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Anything you want to say, man, about it?
No, I just appreciate the support, man. Let's just keep it going. Hey, we build together. See where this thing go.
So, like I said, guys, we're talking about racism last week, and you guys watched the video. We're gonna continue that this week, and gonna kind of just feed right into where we was going from last week. Just talking about the fact that where we come from. Growing up, racism wasn't a thing that we saw. We didn't see. We didn't see. We did see some prejudice. I mean, I saw it with
Right.
my father.
Depending on where we were.
Right. Well, I saw it from my own father, but that was just because he spent time in Vietnam. And so Asians was not a good thing for him. It was bad for him, and it didn't even matter. He had one word for anyone that was Asian, and it was, he called them gooks, and that was what it was, and that's a form of race. It's a prejudice.
Right.
But it wasn't like the black white wasn't thrown in our face, and we was talking before, a little earlier, and like we never saw that growing up, but when we became adults, man, that shit it started to slide into our faces in different ways. I mean,
And that's what it was. Like, as an adult, you just see how a person, like, how passionate a person is about it. You understand?
Yes.
Whoa. Not seeing it as youngsters.
Right.
And then you just see it like, whoa.
Like, and it hits you like you went
he's prideful.
19, 20 years. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shock.
It is. It's an absolute crazy thing.
Yeah, and then when you start realizing, like, all avenues where it comes from, it can become a scary thing.
Absolutely.
Like, because, just like we always said, we were naive to the situation.
Absolutely.
We
were naive. I think everybody's a bit naive at some points in their life.
Right. You understand? We were just like, hey, man, we were all people. We just all wanted the best for one another.
Right.
That's what I got out of my childhood. Then when you get out there and you see, hey, man, not everyone's rooting for your ass, boy. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Absolutely.
Not everyone's rooting for you.
And we saw it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. And that's the thing. I mean, I'm going to just speak from, the things that I've actual experiences that I've had, in my life. And I'm sure, and I know we know it's a fact. Like, I'm talking to white people, right? Kind of touched on, like, last time, like, stop getting so angry when someone of another race or ethnicity is angry and speaking out on something that is happening in their community or something. And listen, I'm not saying that every time something happens that person, that the actions taken to harm that person weren't the correct action, in police shootings or whatever the case may be. People do have the right to be outraged at things, right?
Absolutely.
They have the right to be outraged. So as I said, like, don't get angry because people are out here with Black Lives Matter shirts on, and people are out here pushing the Black Lives Matter movement. Let's not get angry. Let's look in and try to just think. And like I said the last episode too, talk to somebody that's a little different. Right?
Let's just have, you know me, I'm basic.
Right.
Just give a person the respect to disagree with you. Either or, you understand? Like, hey, allow people to have that feeling of a black life don't matter. It's fine. You understand? Like, I swear to goodness, to me, it's fine because I understand you're allowed to feel that way. And man, let's just face facts. Everyone's not from the black and the white area. It's great for some people. We're that great type.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. We're that great.
You said that, right.
And the black and the white,
absolutely.
like, it's foolishness. Everyone's life matter.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
Like, please believe me. Like, it's not, Black Lives is not saying that white life or Chinese life doesn't matter. That's
exactly what I'm trying to get across. Like, as a white man, to people that the groups, okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's been groups and things have been said, and you do it your way. I mean, people watch what they say around some kind of people, around certain people, because they get a vibe. So it's not like it's thrown in my face every day. I'm not sitting here saying it. I'm just saying we know that these things exist, right? And as Curdy Burrs said, the Black Lives Matter movement is not saying that white lives don't matter. It's not saying that blue lives don't matter. But in this country, every time that something comes up, then we've got to combat it with something else. Like the Black Lives Matter movement. It started. The actual movement. How long has it been? I mean, I'm trying to think.
No, I don't even know.
The years, I don't know. But then immediately it was like, well, blue lives matter. Yes, blue lives. Listen, everybody's lives matter. We realize that. But from the black perspective, just from talking to you and other people that I get the conversations, and I'm just taking this secondhand, that the outrage and the anger comes more from the fact that white people as a culture want to combat everything that that happens with race. Once again, white cops killing a black suspect, right? Or a black person, period. I mean, take that suspect word away. A black person, period, right? The outrage comes because that is something that has been happening for hundreds of years. The problem is, we talked about the media a little bit ago, right? The media is going to take that part. They're going to take the worst parts of something, and that's what they're going to put on blast. That's to get that divide. And that's to get that tension started.
There it goes. That's that fear factor.
Yeah.
Like we're from a Pittsburgh area, right?
Right.
We live that's our city, Pittsburgh.
Right.
So we're from this Pittsburgh area, and this is where the fear factor comes through. And it just, like, to me, it's just a situation to tell people not to go there. Anything could happen in our area, right?
Right.
And there's only certain things that get broadcasted.
Absolutely.
You understand? Like, If somebody gets shot in Homewood, wow, it's right on the news. Mm-hmm. You understand? Boom, Homewood, boom, this avenue, bye.
Wilkinsburg.
Yeah, you understand? Any of them urban areas. You understand?
Absolutely.
Like it's blasted. So now it makes certain people look like they're terrible people.
Absolutely.
But
because those are under now people don't know. A lot of people that maybe watch right now, they're gonna know because they're from these areas that we're talking about. They're
rough areas.
They're a predominantly. They're predominantly probably minority areas, and they're very underprivileged areas.
Yes,
speaking of.
Absolutely.
He's speaking
of. And if and I had the opportunity to be in some of these places. Like I know for a fact, like the Hill and Homewood are two of the toughest areas in our area. But if you go, like I had the opportunity to coach in both of these areas, you can feel. I mean, literally, feel their neighborhood love. You understand, like they're not animals at all. These people love one another. They're just in a situation where it's about the answers. They can't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting no direct answer, and I have to survive. You understand?
Right,
These are the resources that I have. They're doing the best with the resources.
Absolutely.
I guess, you understand?
Absolutely.
They're doing the best with the resources.
Absolutely. Like, yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
And so we'll take that, and this is the big part. Like, it's set up so we have to look like every single last one of these people from this area is a terrible person. Meanwhile, if you check the history, there's just anything they come from there. There's great people that come from these areas, and a person could go, and this is what I hate about that's racism thing. A person could go, they could have an ID, and it has a situation of where they're from. I get it because I'm from Vanessa.
Right.
And then you get a situation, and they'll say that a person's from here.
Right.
Just off of that ID, you already made a picture of somebody because of where they're from.
Absolutely.
That.
And but that goes back to stereotyping. That goes back to the stereotyping bullshit that we talk about.
And once again, we're not going down no one-way street here. It's a two-way street.
Right.
Because even myself, and I know I'm not this way.
Right.
But if you give me an idea and it's West Green,
yeah.
You understand? Do you understand
yes,
the two-way street?
Yes, absolutely.
So we all do it.
And yes, and I think for the majority, most people do right off jump. And I know, once again, doing what I do for a living, I go in all these areas, man. And listen, I have people that are like, listen, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, and when I tell you I go into some of the roughest areas and deal with, listen, there's some people be like, yo, I'm not picking that, man. I'm not picking this guy. But like, I go in some of the roughest areas, and people will get in my vehicle, and when I say people, it's predominantly black people will get in my vehicle and be like, thank you so much. I waited, you're like the 6th ride, I've had 5 people cancel me. Like, I get it, man. Like, but that's that stereotype and that's that preconceived notion. But then there's some people.
Let me give him. I want to give him this story though,
right?
And it's about you. You remember the story you told me? I don't remember what neighborhood it was in, but you had your red car.
Oh, it was the blue car.
Oh, actually, okay. You had the blue. All right.
Because they loved it.
Right.
Yes,
so he comes in the blue. So you pull up on these people in the blue car. Three young black kids, right?
There's about 12, 13 of them.
Right. They say, hey, man, we don't do that blue around here. And
Actually, see, now this is where you forget the story.
Go ahead, do it.
I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
So I pull up this neighborhood. It's a nice summer day. About 12, 13 cats out. This was up on the north side.
Uh-huh.
So these dudes, I pull up in this blue car. They was like, "Yo," and these was a bunch of young black dudes. They was all black, and they was like, "Yo, man, I'll fuck with that ride, man. That's my shit, yo." And dudes start throwing up gang signs. I'm like. He's like, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. So all these dudes, just the way I said it, they just started laughing, man. And then they was just clowning around, and it was like, bet that when you wouldn't be saying that I put that gun to his head. I said, I'm good, man. I'm just joking. But they just cracked up. Dude got my ride, man. We had like a 15-minute ride, and it was just all laughs.
And there go the situations that there need to be more of right there.
Well,
you understand? And what is it?
It's courage. It's fear, man.
Yes,
It's fear.
like,
people are scared.
And I don't know why, like, because I'm not going to have a prejudiced fear. I'm not coming into no situation scared of anybody. You understand?
But not.
And sometimes that gets me into
You're not.
Yeah, sometimes.
You're not.
Yeah.
Okay, you say you're not.
I'm not. I just can't.
I'm not.
I can't.
But not everybody, and that's what it goes back to, that not everybody thinks like us, right? Not everybody, and not everyone's come up like, I'm comfortable in, and there's not a situation you can't put me into that I'm not going to be comfortable with. And there's not, and we'll, I told you, we're going to talk about some, but not a situation, guys. And people are like, well, what if you were in a room full of black people? Been in a couple of those.
Yes.
What if you were a room full of homosexuals? I've probably been in a room where it was more homosexuals than me, and I didn't even, because I didn't pay attention really, right? And even if I saw some things, look, it ain't happening for me. I don't give a shit.
Right.
It doesn't change who I am.
You're not going to stop my will.
Right,
My will's not going to stop rolling because you feel some type of way.
So, and I dig what you're saying about the areas, and the thing is, I think making people start to question some of the beliefs that they have. I mean, I think that's, and I don't expect, of course, me, that story that happens to me. Yeah. Like, it's not every day.
Yeah, right.
There's some white dude
is going to go make the whole.
It's going to be driving around and be in a situation, and that's cool, and that you don't have to be. But in the same token,
right?
Man,
we're not saying put yourself in danger.
Yes, absolutely.
But definitely give, man. I swear,
give somebody a chance. Like, man. You know, if you see some white people, if you see somebody walking down the street next to you, and I don't know, or let's say not walk, because you're not gonna walk by and just start talking to people, but you're standing in line next to somebody who's a black dude or a black lady who's got hair down to their ass, all dreaded up, and tattoos, and you know, maybe the pants are set, maybe just, I don't know, have a small conversation, right, just to learn something about that. You might, I am, and I'm not even surprised when I say this, but once again, I have the ability to learn so much from people. But I get riders in my car, I get black riders in my car, men and women, who society would look at them and be like, these are some thug-ass motherfuckers. These is nothing but thugs. They get in and we'll have a conversation. I had a conversation with this dude, this young cat named Z-Man. He's going to know because he just subscribed recently. Dude, man, I drove him, picked him up from Manessa and drove him down to the city. It was like a 45-minute trip because it was busy. This brother, young brother, was in and I'm not surprised at all. But he did not look, he is one of them stereotypical people that white people will look at, and even some black folk now. You know, some black folk that look at him and say, "Oh my God, oh, you better watch this one."
He looks like trouble.
But this brother, man, and the best part about it, we talked about abortion. I was telling him about the episodes, right? And we was talking, and he disagreed with some things but we agreed to disagree, and we had a great conversation. This dude he was digging it, and once again, he's a young brother. I bet he wasn't more than 20. I'm gonna say he wasn't more than 23, and that's probably pushing it. But maybe he just, black don't crack, right? Right. I mean, he might have been like 37. But no, but he was a young brother, and he was so wise, man, and so intelligent, and it was just great. But I have so many of those. It never surprises. I never get some, because once again, I do not judge a book by its cover, man. Like, right. I cannot. Like, I have a problem. I might have a little preconceived notion, and because I get some brothers. They get in my car, and some sisters that get in my car, and they look like they thugged out, and I try to talk to them, and they don't want to talk, and I just turn the music up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, man, I dig it because I know that it's out there coming back at me. It doesn't matter what the hell I say. It's still going to come back at me. These people don't have me, but they see a bald head with a beard and tattoos. Right. You already know what they're thinking. Yeah. Like, this You goddamn skinhead.
More than red shoelaces.
That's what they think. And I mean, and I'm not. Hey, look, but I'm not mad at you. I try to change your mind. I'll give it my best shot, but I ain't gonna work my ass off for it. Not from Jump Street, not. But unless you at least show a little interest.
I mean, I want us all to be one. I think that this whole country would be better if we're all just one.
Absolutely, it would be.
Like and I feel like that's what all other countries have over us. You understand? There's nowhere else they're out there like.
Oh, the hell there isn't.
No, I mean not to the level of this. I feel like this is the worst. I honestly do.
And so I get what you're saying, but I do. You do, and that's because you don't see enough from other countries. Because over in Europe, I'm telling you right now, Europe,
I don't even believe that. I feel like how would you know that if you're not there?
Because I've talked to people from these places that have come from these places over in India, places like India. Racist. I talk to these people.
I mean, I understand, but I don't.
And I know, and that's what I'm saying. How would you know that I'm talking about
this,
not there?
This is the thing. America, this is a diverse place, right? Got everything American got. There's a prefix to everything, right?
Right.
A lot of countries don't even have that.
They don't because it is just Europeans.
That's what I am.
But there are black Europeans. There are black people from Great Britain. There are white people. And when they see Europeans, they're still talking about white people.
Okay, there's this black comedian, a woman.
Okay.
And she was from Great Britain.
Okay.
And she said that in her country, if they don't like you, they just don't like you. You understand? He said in America, she said she came over here, and she said just because she saw movies over in Britain, there's places that she won't go. So she was like, Mississippi, I'll never go there. You understand? Right. She said, there are ninja races down there. Right. They let you know what it is. He was like, and she was like, she applies that. She said in her country, they got in the closet racism. Now, when she said that, I'm sitting there and I'm like, which one would I want? Would I want somebody that
do you want it in your face, or do you want it?
Right.
I mean, how do you want it?
Do I want somebody?
How do you want it?
How do I want it in my face? Okay. I want it in my face. I know exactly how you stand.
Absolutely.
You understand? I don't want you to smile in my face and then go behind my back.
Do you think it's in your face here in this country, in the United States of America?
I feel like Donald Trump put it in my face in my lifetime.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I want to hear it. Let's go ahead and tell me about it.
I feel like Donald Trump made shit black or white. Like, some people might think he did it in a negative way, but I honestly think that it was so positive because the people that were cowardly and hid behind shit, you understand? Like, the people that hid behind, like, they came out. Do you understand? So,
because the whole Make America Great Again.
To the point where, like...
It was bringing everybody's feelings out.
To where
put your feelings on blast.
When I was dumb not paying attention, I looked at a Trump sign as a stamp of straight racism.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like, and I'm not lying. And
so when you was dumb, that was when he first came out, and
when he was talking, when he was
president.
when I was paying attention to what he was saying.
Right.
When I was paying attention to what he was saying, and folks, that's what I mean by when I was dumb. When I was paying attention to his words, his name was a stamp of racism.
Right.
It wasn't until after he wasn't president to where I woke up and was like, wait a fucking minute, bro. I was like, wait a minute. Look at all this shit he did, though. Do you understand? Not only did he throw this shit, put it in my face, he really was sitting there talking all types of shit on African Americans. But he was helping the shit out of us through the back door. So my thing was this. I was like...
Actions speak louder than words.
And damn right. And then I said, he's a winner. I'm a winner, right? I got a winner's mentality.
Right.
What can I say to get 20 million votes?
Yeah. I mean,
do you understand what I'm saying?
Because controversy
exactly
is what we love here in the United States of America. We love controversy.
And then the whole time, like, and this was the first election, they was letting all that shit he was saying negatively was all in the news, all this shit, right? The last election, right?
Right.
I'm not hearing nothing positive about this guy.
About Trump? No,
Yeah,
hell
nothing.
no.
I'm not hearing nothing positive about this guy. As soon as the election's over, all this stuff starts coming out the woodwork. You understand how there was 8 black businessmen. He borrowed, he loaned them all
Yeah, I
500.
didn't even know about this
He
story.
loaned them all.
This is
He
crazy.
loaned them all $500,000. You understand?
Right.
He told them go. They were like, "Man, we need help running our business." He goes, "Give them $500,000 a piece. Go start y'all's businesses." You understand what I'm saying? Like, all of them succeed. They got the money. They come back. They go to Trump, give them money. Hey, here go your money, bro. The boy says, "No, good job. Keep your money. Go make more money." You understand?
So yeah,
we get blinded by
we get blinded by a lot of shit.
That should let you know right there. They want you to see what they want you to see. They're going to let you see what they want you to see. Because the whole time when y'all wanted him to be president, we everything.
When it first started,
yes, you understand.
Like it came out because listen, I'll tell you. I mean, Bertie already knows. I voted for Trump both times. I know that makes me a racist piece of shit, but I also voted for Obama twice. So I guess I don't know what I am. I don't know. But no, I mean, listen, I truly on that Trump topic, like that whole thing, like this dude's way more in depth than that to me. But I will say that I did vote for the man twice. But I honestly think the man, he has diarrhea in the mouth. He says that he said some of the dumbest shit and tweeted some of the dumbest shit on the planet. But to an extent, if you look at some of the things the man did,
right?
There was another. I don't have that because I wasn't expecting this at all. But so that's cool. But there was like a number on inmates, incarcerated people that he released. I can't remember.
It was 4,000. He released 4,097% were minorities.
Yeah.
You understand, like, and and trust me, there's probably wouldn't know if you don't dig, you're not going to know these things.
Right.
And that's the thing. See, so to me, that's what messed him up on the second time around.
Right.
You understand?
I think what messed him up on the second time around, that dude was about to put people on blast because he's not a politician. He's the first person. That dude's a businessman. I say it all the time. Trump was making money on the back end. He was because he's a businessman. I don't give a shit. Look, our government is.
He didn't give a shit.
Our government is corrupt.
Said,
we say it all the time. How corrupt.
I'm getting the same tax breaks you're taking advantage of. You're trying to make me a criminal for it.
Right. I mean, so it is what it is. And now they hit him with this Stormy Daniels thing right before this next. I mean, I honestly, when it comes to politics, I'm losing more and more faith in it every day because there's so much more involved. We get off this, but we can't get on this topic because I wasn't even expecting.
I was just going with the how we perceive them as being a racist.
Absolutely, he was perceived as being racist, and anybody who supported him was too.
And maybe he did say some crazy
maybe
shit.
He might have.
You understand?
He
did say some crazy.
I know,
but to me, I'm all about you gotta be more about a person's actions than
their words, man. Because sometimes
you just don't never
said
know. He might have been trying to saying this shit to expose people to be like him,
right?
And because here's another thing that he kept saying, and people don't understand. He was like, my African American people. He was like, y'all did not. He was like, we know that y'all didn't get your credit due for building this country. He said they're just starting to. You're just starting to get recognized.
Because that's a straight fact too. I mean that this country is built on the backs of black people. Hold on. I'm not just gonna say black people. I'm gonna say Irish people. I'm gonna say Italian people.
We don't a lot.
Like, I mean, yes, when
that's why. But to me, that's why this country should be what it is. Now, what we need to do is figure out how to make it right. You understand? And just like you said, I know you're a naysayer to it, but we have to figure out. And the thing is, people don't want to start. We have to start somewhere. Instead of us going deeper into the hole, how about we start trying to climb out of it?
Well, we are starting. The thing is that you could start by doing actually something just like we're doing.
Yes.
I mean, that's a start. That's such a small start, but it's such a small start in as big ass thing, this big ass world we live in, this thing we call life. It's such a small start, but the fact is that there are people who are watching, are viewing it. People do want things like this. Like, people want to see this, and how can we bring people together better? Remember the question I asked you? It was supposed to be for last week, but I mean, I'll ask you this week. Like, do you ever think that black people and white people can actually coexist? Do you think it's possible?
In my positive mind, I do.
In your positive, in my positive mind, I do as well.
But
I'm still a realist.
Here we go. In my positive mind, I do.
Right.
In my reality, no way. And this is why. And it goes back to the same thing we said last year. It's about courage. I don't think there's
last year.
Last week, right. Here we go. But it's about the courage. Like, I don't feel like, I know how I feel. You understand?
Absolutely.
I know how I feel about my situation. I'm willing to stand on that.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? And that by any means necessary, I'm willing to stand on what I believe on.
Absolutely.
And I don't feel like there's enough people hide that.
Absolutely.
You understand? Like, you're gonna, and how could you be real with yourself though? Mm-hmm. You understand? Because I know that a lot of people say that they hate this and they hate that, but you can find them in a church on Sunday.
Fool, yeah, so, man. Oh, absolutely. That's definitely.
You hate this and you hate that. Where are we going? Or is this, you think that God's going to let you in His heavenly gates?
Right, yeah.
With that hate in your heart.
I mean, I say that all the time, man. You know, I say that about the homosexual community.
You going in there with that hate in your heart. I mean, like, and like I said, you know, my religion is down.
Right.
And it was created to go down. You understand? Because people are not living by that book.
No.
You like,
and that's and to each his own. If that's something you want to live by, that's
yeah.
But like you said, that hate, you going into a church because you Catholic, Christian, whatever it is, but you hate homosexuals and you think they should be
right.
Why? I don't get it. I don't get it because of what you read in the book. So that's where I have, But it's the whole hate thing. It's hate. If you have hate in your heart for somebody. Yeah. Yes, but that's we're gonna get on that another time too, for sure.
Yeah, but for real, like the thing is, man, we just gotta look at each other like, man, all right, hey, history was fucked up.
Yeah,
we know this. History was a mess.
Absolutely,
you understand?
A mess.
Like, for real, let's start rewriting.
Yeah, let's not erase it.
Yeah, let's
fix it. Let's continue, and we are. I asked you out there, would you rather be a black man in 1923 or 2023? What's your choice?
2023, whatever it be, but just because I feel like
it's better.
I have some.
But it's better.
I have some.
It's better.
Options.
Period.
Yeah, you understand? Like, is there still bullshit going on?
Hell yeah. And it is, but it's the strides that have been made in 100 years is great. But then I look at the strides just from, once again, 60 years ago. Where have we come from 60 years ago? I mean, we couldn't do this without somebody knocking on my door.
Yeah.
In the United States of America, we couldn't do this.
Yeah, knocking on your door, my ass. Molotov cocktail.
I mean,
and that's what it is. But it took a lot of people
like us.
Exactly.
Period.
Like, and we need more. And I know they're out there.
Absolutely.
Here go. This is the thing. I take a whole bunch of messed up situations in history. Mississippi Burning. I don't know if you ever saw that movie about the 3 Civil Rights Act. Even in that ugly ass situation, there was somebody that had enough love in their heart. You understand? That was tied into that group, because most of them people were tied into the one group, the Ku Klux Klan back there. Went against that, bro.
Right.
You understand? Somebody went to them feds and told them, you'll never find them bodies if somebody don't tell.
Somebody
exactly.
Somebody did the right thing.
Somebody did the right thing, and that's all it's about. And it don't take a lot.
Right. It doesn't. And that was my point. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it doesn't mean you have to come on here and put everything on blast for the possibility of the entire world.
Well, you know, such and such at this police department said, no, we're not talking about that.
And we're not even talking about, I'm talking about when you said you wanted to get back to basics, right? I'm talking about standing in a line at a comedy show, at a grocery store, Um, just trying to be a little more compassionate about life, about someone else, about, you know what I mean? And realizing that because you see somebody in front of you who's got, let's say, the groceries, who's got a buggy full of groceries, and who's black. And I'm talking to white people. You're behind someone in line and they don't have enough money to pay for their food, or maybe their access card ain't working. Okay? Maybe that same person doesn't really have an access card or a food stamp or whatever you want to say about it. Maybe that person forgot a debit card. Maybe that person has a job and they make more money. You just never know a person's situation, where they're at.
We really don't.
You never have a clue. It's hard enough just to be a person trying to survive out here in this world, right? But to be a person that somebody doesn't like because of the color of their skin or because of the gender that they are or the color of their hair or whether they're a person of Asian descent or Latino descent.
Man, I'm going to tell you another thing, and this is from one of my favorite movies. And if you're one of them people that had a straight joy in your heart, you're the person that I'm talking to. In the movie, Remember the Titans.
Oh.
When that team came together and they were able to sit aside their differences. If you're one of them people who had that straight warmed up feeling in your heart.
Just from watching that movie.
That's what I'm talking about. Because to me, that's what America's supposed to be.
Absolutely. I mean,
hey, man, listen. I know you might not do things the same way I do. We might be in the same situation. I might handle it differently than you. We might do it this way. I might do it that way.
Right.
But it's fine.
Absolutely.
But it's fine.
And it wasn't fine at first. It took some listen. And we will reference movies every once in a while, but. Now, I'm not going to lie and tell you that I've read books about shit, because I haven't. But this dude has. But we actually have looked at, like, you know, we know that the Remember the Titans movies didn't happen the way they put it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's made for TV.
Right.
We get that. But it's a good reference because people get movies better than they do if we tell you. Because believe me, if we tell you about a movie that we watched, believe me, that we've researched the shit out of this, all right? We checked and we fact-checked things, all right? I mean, that's things we do. But my bad, go ahead.
No, but that's the thing. Like, and I honestly believe that there could be a world created. Like, look, they did it in their little part of Alexandria, Virginia.
Tiny place.
Hey, man, we're going to learn to live this. We're going to do this together. And then you figure out things work better. It works better, man. Like, I'm not telling you to give up your seat. I'm not telling you to get up your seat. Nope. I want to put my chair at the table.
At the table.
That's it.
And on that level too, man. I don't want your seat given to me because of how I look. I want your seat, your position. I want to earn that thing.
Well, absolutely.
If I want the best, and I will say that I think affirmative action is a great thing. You know, it's been implemented in sports with the Rooney Rule and the Steelers and stuff. I have a few problems with it because I want to know when I'm doing a job, especially a job that is very serious. Listen, I don't care what you look like. We already know that. I don't have to stress that anymore, but I want the best person available to work next to me. I don't want some dude who's working next to me because his uncle got him the job, or because he got the job because he was black, or she got the job because she's the one. I don't want that. That's not something I want. But I do understand the reason that affirmative action is very needed.
Here goes another thing, and that's why I argue about and question about, look at the timeline of things. You understand, for real, like, have we really changed? And I really, when I say this,
No, go ahead,
I
I'm
say
listening.
that to say this.
Go ahead.
Affirmative action. These are plants, seeds that should have been planted, should have sprouted, and went extinct. Why do we still have this? Did we get better, or are we staying in the same place? The welfare system. Do you understand? Are we getting better, or are we staying in the same place?
Or are we getting worse?
Do you understand?
Yes.
Because instead of that shit going up, shouldn't that shit be coming down? That's how you will know if you're moving in the right way racially. Yeah. Do you understand? Like, why do we have a Rooney Rule?
A what?
A Rooney Rule. Why is there a Rooney Rule in football?
A Rooney Rule.
Do you understand? No, that should be stamped out now, because when are we going to start getting to that? When that sea level got to start coming together, you understand? Like, them things should just be plants. Like, okay, we're going to try it for 10 years.
Absolutely.
And then we'll start forgetting. Like, you understand? Like, okay, like,
and then we have to expand. I mean, and well, like I said, the affirmative action thing, it is a great thing, very much needed. The problem is, and I'm glad you said exactly what you said, because that's where it was going, was the fact that these things aren't, and the welfare system was great that you brought up, because these things weren't put in place to become
set in stone.
Yeah, they weren't put in place to be used as how you live your life. These things weren't put in. It was to make your life become better, to help you out in life when life throws you a couple punches. It wasn't meant to be, and we know the system's abused. It is what it is. The system is abused. But the system is also failed.
Miserably.
When it comes to welfare, I mean, listen. There's a million scenarios. We won't even discuss them because the naysayers are going to say this. The people who are for are going to say this. There's a million scenarios. We know them. You know them. Whatever ones you want to pick, I pick them, okay? If you're whatever side you're on. I know. Well, quit having so many babies. We know. Right, we know there's a million scenarios.
I'm tired of my money paying for what you do.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We know the system. It's a flawed system. It is a flawed system. It is a system that's taken advantage of. Okay, we get it. But still, the whole point is these things are not, they were not put in place to, let me rephrase that. We say they weren't put in place to stay that way forever, but were they?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
Like projects. How come there's people that could live in the projects for 12, 13 years? And I'm not saying nothing about nobody that did, right. But here goes my thing. There should be, when you're in that situation, there should be more. Do you understand? I'm in these projects, you understand? Right. Those buildings are here. There should be financial education in them.
Oh man, ooh, that would be crazy, huh?
Yes, let's job opportunities.
Absolutely.
You understand? Let's just not have projects for your statistics.
Yes.
Let's have projects to get these people out of those things and living better lives. Now, if you do that, now these people that you're trying to starve, they got their own now.
They can.
What crime going to do? He going to fall, isn't he?
Crime's going to go down.
Now, here go my biggest question to you. Do they want it?
That's a great question.
Do they want it to fall? Because you're not going to tell. I see, and trust me, my single mothers out there, black, white, I see y'all. I know y'all want better.
Absolutely.
You understand? I know y'all want better. I see y'all hustling. I see y'all with y'all scrubs on, going to work, doing everything. But all y'all handling y'all business in a great way. And there's definitely some people that need it.
Right.
But let's just use, that should be just used as a caboose. You understand? Like if you put me in the projects and say, hey man, you got a 4-year plan, man. 4-year plan. Gonna get your rent gonna be cheap, no water bill, no light bill, none of that. We're gonna get you together. 4-year plan. Right. In 4 years, you should have enough money to climb out the damn hole.
And you know what? That man, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure people have spoken on that. Because that is a great idea for the projects. Now, we do realize. I think we realize that there are some people that are going
to need, or they need it. I'm not saying that they don't.
I'm saying there's some people that want to stay there, because it is a life that has become accustomed. And I see, because we talk about like where we grew up and the projects we grew up in, right here, just in our little town of, a couple 10,000, 15,000, whatever it was back here back in the day. But once again, I have to compare because I drive down the city where there's hundreds of thousands of people. And I drive in some of these projects, and I drive through. There's one over in West Mifflin where it's the craziest thing. I can't believe that these townships are even allowed to have some of these things. Like, there's like a row of like apartments, and there's like 4 of them that are like dilapidated, busted windows, everything. There's rats running through them. There's one spot in the middle of these 5 places. And then there's like 20 of these things, right? There's like 20 of these buildings. And it goes on like that. They're just so run down. Like, I'm like, I don't understand. I know it's a money thing and it's a tax thing, but I don't understand how that can even be allowed. But like it does become a way of life for people. Like, we know people. Man. We know people personally.
Yes, absolutely.
That it is a way of life for some people, and some people, they want to stay there, and that's what I'm saying.
You already know.
You got to try to find a way out, but then there's that life that some people want to live.
Yeah, but that's their choice. That's their choice. But I know that there's people out there that the
ones that live there that would like to get better. That is a great man. Maybe that's like, something
I honestly, we spend all these resources on everything else. Why not?
Right. It's great because maybe there is somebody that's going to listen to this, or maybe there's somebody that's in my little book of things of people that I've met in my travels that might be an idea that they would be interested.
I mean, and trust me, I know people that make the projects feel like a mansion.
Absolutely.
You understand? I mean, I know it's not, but for real, like, trust me, I am poor. don't get it messed up. You understand? You understand. So don't get it messed up. I understand that struggle. Like, you understand, came from it.
Absolutely.
You understand?
We
like,
do, but the fact
let's do better.
It's a mentality. Like, we want to do better.
This shit been around for so long, and to me, it's just another way, just the police.
Right.
I'm gonna get all these people in this one area, and we just watch it all.
Right.
You understand?
And that's once again, man. Like, there's so many. There's so much in our everyday life that involves prejudice, that involves racial tensions. A lot of it is spewed by just, things you're gonna read. You were showing me George Carlin thing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. This dude was, George Carlin was, he's a comedian from the 70s and 80s that talked real shit, y'all. Like, this dude put some really good, interesting topics and put a funny spin on it. But the man talked about things that are going on now, like,
they just want wanting us to stay blind.
Yes, and like, the shit really happens out here. There is racial tensions in it, and it's brought up. But back then, it was in the newspapers, and it'd be on the national news or the local news, and it was still going on back then. Now it's put all over social media, right? The thing is, there's so much good happening out there too. The problem is,
it's not getting that.
It's not getting.
Absolutely no
disseminated. Lie. I think that's the word, disseminated, right? I mean, it's not getting put out there.
He makes up words.
I'm going to educate you real quick. But no, so it's I know you made me lose my train of thought.
There's so much out there.
The good that happens, and it doesn't get put out there like the negative, because like social media, man, like I think I tell everybody it's a devil, but it's such a great thing. Like we can use it for this now. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm thinking that this good stuff doesn't get put. We're trying to put good stuff out here
Yes.
now. Like,
Yes.
so there are people. It's just getting the right people to see it. It doesn't mean the bad shit's going away. We already know that. Once again, we the good part of us, because I asked you the question: can black and white ever coexist?
Mm-hmm.
And you said
my positive mind say yes.
said
but
yes.
So
my positive mind says,
but
I'm
our
gonna give it my best.
Our reality is
it's not gonna happen.
More,
I mean, racism. It's never gonna, because you can't, and you're never gonna end racism. It's been around since the beginning of time.
And everyone's we're afraid of change.
We're
afraid of change, and a lot of like
absolutely
the systemic racism. There've been so many mistakes made before it that they don't know how to prepare it. Like you have presidents coming on TV, ex-presidents coming on TV and saying that they made mistakes, but there's still no change in policy.
Right.
You understand? Like Bill Clinton's, his 85% law. They said they made a mistake, but no one's changing it. You understand? Like here we got all these prison systems, right? And it's filled with minorities. This prison system's filled with minorities, right? And you know, a lot of them are in there for nonviolent crimes.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of time for nonviolent crimes. We have a system made that's supposed to rehabilitate. What do that say about the system if you're keeping people in there for these long ass periods of time? Are you doing your job in rehabilitation? Or are we just keeping them be more?
So once again, we can go back to the whole thing. Rehabilitation in the prison system is the biggest bunch of horseshit that you could ever imagine. That's just stuff that's spewed to the public. I'm telling you right now. When you see the rehabilitation, now there might be, and of course it's just like anything else. There are some prisons that do very good jobs. Actually, there are some prisons in this country. Off the top of my head, I could not tell you, but I know there are some prisons that do a very good job with low recidivism rates. That is a word too, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Good job. You did a good job.
No, there are some prisons that have low recidivism rates.
Explain
and they do a good job.
It's
where, for those of you who don't know, people that incarcerated individuals that return back to jail. Okay, it's lower. Like here in PA, like I know 8 years ago, it was probably, I want to say it was like 70%, like coming back in. And I know that, let's be real, the prison systems are not meant to rehabilitate. I call prison and jails, it's like a college for criminals, man. Seriously. Now there are people who get out and they do the right thing. And yes, because that's the people that do realize that changing is okay. It happens, right? But there are people on both sides that on that. I'm sure in that upper echelon of the prison system, like you said, there's certain crimes that
don't fit.
They don't make sense.
Yeah,
and
that don't match.
And why are people why is someone doing time? Why is someone for selling cocaine? I don't care how long you were selling or how much money you made, but you're selling cocaine and you get a 20-year sentence.
And here, this is my only thing with that, and this goes for anybody that did it. There's only one criminal in that whole situation, and that's the U.S. government. I don't care what anyone says. Dude, there's somebody you got to press button somewhere for.
Okay, but
somebody to get.
You know what? But on that part, I'm gonna absolutely just disagree with you on that.
No way.
Because I mean, the U.S. government is one criminal that's involved in that, but the people who are selling it, hey, listen, right or wrong, no matter what your reasons are doing it, it's still a criminal activity.
Okay, here now.
Still a criminal activity.
Here go what I say to you. Mm-hmm. And I understand it's criminal to you by law, just because somebody said that.
Right.
Here go why it's not criminal to me, to a certain extent.
Right.
Now, if you're out here trying to get rich off of this shit, then okay. But my man, listen to me.
Right.
If I don't have a damn thing,
right,
and I mean not a damn thing.
Right. And I agree with you on this.
And somebody drops off, boom,
Yes.
out the sky.
Absolutely.
And I don't have a
Absolutely.
damn thing.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
So, but we're talking about, so what I was getting to in that, and I dig what you're saying there. Absolutely. But what I'm going to tell you is you got somebody who's selling a lot of something, okay? Cocaine. We're just going to say cocaine. And they get 20 years, right? And it's a black person. But then you have this white guy over here who raped and molested a 6-year-old baby. And this piece of
You're about
shit
to take me somewhere.
is doing 3 to 5 years. Our judicial system is fucked. Our rehabilitation system in the prisons is fucked.
It's trash. Well, everyone knows the discrepancies in that, and time and fitting the crime, black crime, white crime, and all that shit. Here goes the thing to that, and I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yeah.
When it comes to law, you know about the 3/5 compromise?
Yeah,
The black man's on 3/5 of the person.
Yes.
In law,
They might not know it.
in law, was that ever amended? It says it was, but was it? Because I think that the time difference is about 60%, somewhere around there. Do you understand? Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing. Even getting pulled over, and I see this is happening to bad cops are doing it to anybody.
Right.
You understand? Like they're harassing anybody.
Right.
You understand?
Absolutely.
And that's just the thing. Like, people that know the law, like, they won't mess with a white person that know the law. But a black guy, they'll harass him even if he know the law. To the point where, I don't know if it was in the state of Florida. I want to say it was in the state of Florida. These cops pulled over a black state's attorney. And he just let them treat him any type of way. Never told him who it was.
Right.
You understand? That part. You understand? Like, that's where shit got to be better at. You understand? Like, those people, like, somebody's freedom and life is in the balance.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, this is shit. This is stuff to me that should be given the benefit of the doubt. Do you understand? Like, and that's my thing to law enforcement. Like, life's hard enough. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much money. The more money you got, the harder it is to maintain it. You understand? The poorer you are, hey, that's the situation. You understand? It's hard enough. I don't like the fact that there's other people that got your life and your freedom in their hands, and they doing this with it. They juggling with them. You understand? That's the only thing, and I don't care black or white. I don't think neither one of those things. You understand? Like, come on, man. Got the pursuit of happiness.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And absolutely, Bertie. But I'm gonna say, like, from that same perspective, what about the Tennessee thing? Let's look at that. The
Congress?
6 black officers
Oh,
to
yeah.
beat the brakes off that other dude. They kill him.
Yeah.
So it happens there too, guys.
Right.
Look at that. That one. I haven't heard much about that lately. Have you?
What did we say?
Have you heard much about it?
What did we say last week? Man, assholes.
They come in all different shapes and sizes and colors.
And for real, and you said something like, you said you don't hate nobody, but you hate assholes.
I do hate assholes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And
that's what I'm saying.
He don't look like nothing.
And it just so how do we explain that though? How do we explain that part? Like that's not all over the media. You're not even hearing nothing about that no more. And why? Why aren't we hearing it? I'm getting to something here. I'm trying to get to something. It's something that we spoke of. What am I getting to? What I'm getting to is it doesn't fit a certain agenda.
Hey, look at the guys that beat Freddie Gray. You understand, dude? Come on, man.
I mean,
Come on, it's
the
everywhere.
shit doesn't go down. That's what I mean. Like it gets reported, and then they try to make it fall off. They don't want to. You can't keep reporting on six black officers that killed a black man. You can't keep reporting on that because it doesn't fit it doesn't fit the agenda.
The agenda. No way. Are you kidding me?
But it happens, man.
Are you kidding me?
So we know, and the craziest thing, man, is, I guess, this is a topic that, we could probably spend. Christ, you could probably do 50 episodes on this and just go in so many different directions.
Right.
Trying to just bring it all together in a couple it's a little tough, but you get the idea, and the idea is that yes, we know prejudice, racism happens from all different types of people. It comes from all different types of people. Some people we're never going to change their minds, and we're never going to change their beliefs. Some people, they might think a little bit. Maybe somebody does take that extra step and talks to somebody who's a little different. Especially, you know what? I want to challenge like white folks to in your community, if you have children that play sports and you're a predominantly white school district, predominantly white area, and you've got some people that are different, that are black, that are Mexican, that are Asian, or Latino. I keep saying Mexican, I mean Latino. But I might say Mexican a few more times. You never know. But I challenge you, like, talk to some of these younger kids too. I think, like, if you can reach some of these people, some of these younger people, or these people at a younger age, if you can reach some of these people at a younger age, it really, man, will make such a difference, man. And black people, I'm gonna challenge you too, man. Yeah. I mean, I know he was about to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I know. Yes, I'm whitey too. I get it, but I'm gonna challenge you to talk to somebody that looks different than you. Just kick it,
man. Let's make this place something to be proud of. Let's start erasing some of these stains, man. Pick up on some good stuff. You know what I mean? Let's start rewriting our own future. I don't care if it's just a movement that starts with me and him. Let's build more people. I know there's more of y'all
out there
that feel just like this. Y'all sick of seeing the bull stuff. Y'all know we getting played like puppets. We all getting played like puppets. Until we come together and understand, man, we're all in this together. We done tried through history a million times to kill everybody. Everybody was under fire. Some people more than most, but everybody was under fire at one point at a time, man. You understand? Let's get together and make this better. Let's start climbing out of these ugly ass holes. Let's go to daylight, man. Let's find daylight. Let's get out of these dark ass holes and find daylight. For real, man. I challenge everybody, man. You can't hate that much. You can't hate that much that a life doesn't mean anything to you. There's not that many serial killers in this world, man. There's not that many serial killers in this world. We got to do this together, and I believe that we can, man. I don't care. I got to do my job to make my little difference. I got children. I want them to grow up in a way better world than I did.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? Like, for real, I'm not playing like that. That's what the heck y'all should want. You understand? The more that's doing better, the less bad shit's going to happen. The less bad shit's going to happen.
Absolutely. And bad shit, once again, guys, it's always going to happen, man. It's life, right? We know this, but I guess we're going to wrap
afraid,
this thing
y'all.
up, huh?
Yeah,
we're going to wrap this thing up.
I didn't even notice that we was on it.
No,
like,
I never. Let's start setting a timer or something. But hey, guys, appreciate you.
Love y'all.
Take care. Peace out, y'all.